episode. And this topic for today, the main topic, is Ocean's 8 and girl power.
What?
Yeah.
Girls rule the world. Beyonce said it herself. Who run the world?
Girls.
Who run the world?
Girls.
Yeah. Exactement.
All right, but before we get into Ocean's 8 and analyzing all through that movie, let's talk about some topics.
Oh yeah.
In Blackness.
Yes, indeed. So, the topic that we want to talk about, this is actually a bit of an older issue because no one's talking about it anymore. But it's so interesting to bring up because not only is it part of topics in Blackness. I forgot. I didn't know if we decided on our sound effects. Do you like that? Or, I don't know. I remember last episode we were like the sound effects episode. And I was like, we hadn't settled on any sound effects. Or should I come up with a theme song? Topics in Blackness. No bebop. No beatboxing for us. Okay, so anyway, we wanted to talk about the Issa Rae comment that was going viral during the time it came out. Actually, it was in her book that was older, but the comment came out. Like one particular comment came out and was brought to everyone's attention now. Because I'm like, this book is actually much older than the comment.
Because haters don't hate as soon as you do them well.
Because she's been coming out more and everybody knows Issa Rae for Insecure and all that stuff.
That's okay. Because, my pastor says that if nobody is attacking you, it's because you're not doing anything.
That's true. The devil's a liar.
That's right.
Okay, so basically, Whitney, you want to tell them what her comment was?
So her comment was basically that. Let me get it exactement.
Yes, it was a very good comment though.
Yes. Basically, she said, and I quote, "This is why I propose that Black women and Asian men join forces in love, marriage, and procreation. Educated Black women, what better intellectual match for you than an Asian man?" And I'm not talking about Filipinos. They're like the Blacks of Asians.
I like that last part. And she's right. She's so right. Okay, so let's unpack that for a little bit. Because this is the girl power episode. And this is Topic of Blackness. So she's a young Black female, successful, doing well. And something that we have both been noticing as Blurds, young Black women, doing well. We've been noticing the same thing about a lot of people talking about how now with Black women, actually Black women are doing it so good. More and more Black women are becoming more educated, more successful, more prosperous. But we have also been seeing a lack of let's say romantic relationships available to Black women. Like for some reason, it's like the more educated you are, the less prospects for marriage or for relationships that you have. It's like,
and that's also something she said a few paragraphs earlier in that same book on the same page, talking about that exact thing.
I know, because I remember telling you, Whitney, how I went to that speed dating, and I'm talking about a room full of fine-ass Black women. I was, intimidated. That's how fine everybody was. I was like, there is no way all these chicks are single, trying to find somebody. But lo and behold, everybody in there was single. And I knew all those women had degrees, had a job, were independent women, as Destiny Child said. And so I was...
hands up, baby.
Exactly. All my ladies are independent. Throw your hands up, baby. All the mamas are profit dollars.
Throw your hands up, baby.
All the ladies are truly feel me.
Throw your hands up, baby. Girl, I didn't know you could get down like that. Charlie, how your angels get down like that. Girl, I didn't know you could get down like that. Charlie, how your angels get down like that. Destiny's house.
What's up?
He's in the house.
Show love.
Let's break it down. Angel style.
Let me not go there with the falsetto because I don't do falsetto well. I can sing, but I can't do falsetto really well. Anyway, so as she says, Black women, we are doing it. We are independent women, but for some reason, we're having a hard time finding love. And in fact, there was actually, with this comment in particular, there was polls and stuff that came out that were saying that of the groups, especially online, and I feel like, I don't know if I like this because they had polled people that do use dating apps. But most people do use dating apps. I've done them, and I've had no success with them. I hate them, actually. But they're basically saying that of men, the least desirable race of men are Asian men, and the least desirable of women are black women when it came to, you know, what you want to get or what you're looking for. And so I think the correlation that she had found was really interesting because she was basically saying, well, they should get together because why? Asian men are known for being hardworking and intelligent. And of course, black women are also hardworking and intelligent, but yet we can't find somebody. So I was like, why not? But people were getting mad at her, throwing some shade, some haterade, sipping on it and all that kind of nonsense. And I just was like, why are you hating? What do you think, Whitney?
I think it's true. Y'all should check out, we'll throw it in the show notes, the article that is talking about that quote and some of the Twitter responses and whatnot in there. Because if y'all look at some of these Twitter responses, it's so...
You want to read one?
Yeah, let's go and... All right, here's one that's on that article. Y'all out here being disappointments every day to your mama and posting non-black girls as quote-unquote goals, yet y'all trying to cancel Issa Rae.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
Yeah. So.
And I'm just like, she's basically just making the point that since they're saying we're undesirable, they should just get together.
And let's also make a point to the fact that isn't she a comedian?
That's true. She's the comedian, right? Yeah.
So y'all should not be so up in arms because she's probably, joking, not joking.
I think she's even trying to joking, not joking. Yes, sorry, not sorry. But I think she's also trying to uplift like the two because they're like, why are these two there? First of all, have y'all seen some of these Asian actors and men's in K-pop and the K world and even some of the other Asian countries? These are some fine ass men. I'm sorry. Yes. I'm sorry. I do not see where the lacking of hotness is to me. But like she says, a lot of times Asians, especially in American culture, which is the problem because Asians, like, it's the problem with Hollywood is what's the word I'm looking for? When Hollywood like determines how certain races are perceived, because Hollywood is so widespread and pervasive in other media for other countries. I mean,
right? That
they just like people learn and get their goals and get their not goals. People learn and get their opinions and formulate opinions based off of what Hollywood is showing them. When Hollywood is just based off racist practices and like, very like biased things. So it's like, yeah, they've portrayed Asians as just like dorky, non-sexual, like nerds, undesirable. That's what they've been training them. And I think she used the word like emasculating them. Yeah. Which is true. She did, yeah. Like historically even they've been showing them as like things to be mocked. Just like black people have been minstrels and things to be like just the caretakers, the background people, or later on, thugs and gangsters and stuff. And so you don't see the black lightnings, people who are educated doing well. You don't see like the hot Asian guys that are over there in their media doing well in like Korea and China and all that stuff. I mean, there's some guys where you're just like, no, he's dripping swagger and manliness and he's fine, So I like that she said this kind of thing because it's so true. That I think, hey, women, if we can get it, let's get it with the Asian men, us black ladies, okay?
Yeah, it's interesting because when you were saying that just reminded me about this one article I read where it was where they were talking about these leading male roles and how like all these ones that like consistently pretty much go to white males. They're like, what about an Asian male? I was like, look at, and what's his name? What's this actor? This is John Cho. It's like, John Cho, he's good. He's like, good looking. He's good looking. He was like, he could play so many of these roles and be like a really good lead man if given the opportunity.
You know what I heard recently too? Is Michael B. Jordan. I heard this on the Breakfast Club. Michael B. Jordan had told Issa Rae actually because they were both on the show called Actor to Actor where both actors talk about stuff like with their films and whatever was going on with them. Right. So different actors will talk to different actors. So it just so happened that Issa and Michael B. Jordan were picked to talk to each other. And he told her on their episode of that show that he only goes up for roles for white people. And everyone was like, no, they didn't like that and all that kind of stuff, that he said that he only goes up for roles for white people and all that kind of stuff. And he was saying that, I felt him so right when he was saying this, because he was saying that he asked to go up for them because he wants to know that, because those roles are not stereotyped.
Right.
They're not like typical roles. They're different, and he wants to show them that, hey, some other race can do this role.
Right.
That's why he's actually doing, for HBO, he did Fahrenheit 451. We know the lead character is not a black person. But he's playing it.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I, actually got interested in actually maybe watching, because I read the book, in, I think it was middle school. And, I mean, it was fine. It doesn't, stick out in my mind or anything. But the fact that he's playing in the role makes me more interested in seeing it. Because otherwise I probably would have been like, I'm not going to watch a Fahrenheit 451 movie. But it's, I think you bring in what am I looking for? A group of people that you might not have otherwise have gotten when you start doing some more diversity in the types of roles that you cast people.
Plus, it's they're actors. They're supposed to be chameleons. They're supposed to pretend to be other people. But if you're imagining roles only for white people, then it's when you, it's like I said, I keep saying this, that when it comes to people of color doing different roles, white people can just do any role and become any person. But for people of color in Hollywood, it's you have to be thought of. It's almost we weren't thinking of going black for this role. Oh, we weren't thinking of going Asian for this role. But a white person can come in and be like, oh, she's just not right. You know what I mean? And I was like, that's not good. So it's he wants to get rid of that, where he's like, let me just see if I can fit this character. Because why? It's a character. You know what I mean? So, and then some people get bent out of shape about how something's supposed to be portrayed when it comes to things remember we were talking about the Domino thing? Domino is actually supposed to be white, albino. Yeah. But they put a black girl in there, and a lot of people were actually pissed about that because they like Domino. And they're but just why can't she play the character? So, I mean, I understand if it's portrayed as white, then yeah, but it's still, she did a good job playing Domino.
Yeah, she was awesome. She was one of my favorite characters in the Deadpool 2 movie. But another thing, opposite, is Ghost in the Shell. Now, granted, I've never watched Ghost in the Shell, the anime, but from what I understand about it, it is a very Japanese movie. The themes and stuff are particular to Japan. The themes and whatnot and the background of.
What's one of the themes?
I'm not exactly sure, but I just know that it's it's very, I don't know, I guess you could have something about let's say was of the type that's in American slavery. So not the enslavement of the Jewish people, what was that, hundreds or thousands of years ago, but that. You can't just replace white people in it if that's kind of your theme. You're talking about this culturally. You're talking about some themes that happen.
Let's say Hollywood. Hollywood loves doing that.
Yeah. So Ghost in the Shell, it was really an uproar about that because they cast Scarlett Johansson as the main character in that, and they're really, Hollywood, you couldn't have found an Asian person to play this role, and it's really bad because there's already so few roles for Asian minorities. Yes, well, for minorities, period. But yeah, Asians definitely. Yeah, I feel Asians are even worse off than we are.
Yeah, they are when it comes to Hollywood roles.
Yeah, that's why Asians and Hispanics actually are probably behind that. Pretty much everybody. I think we're probably second.
Yeah, we're second to whites because they're oh yeah, black people, but then they're Spanish has to be. Or Hispanics have to be something.
I feel they get a bad rap too. How we all, a lot of times get the thug characters. I feel they do that to Hispanic people a lot too, which is awful.
The Boricuas and the loudness and all that. I'm can we have that's why I love Ugly Betty.
Oh
she
man,
Ugly Betty. The Virgin. I love these shows because they just imagine them as just people.
Ugly Betty was amazing. I
and still put the culture in there. I love those two shows. Anyway, we talked about those already. So yeah, I just think it's a very interesting topic, and I just support Issa Rae and what she was saying. And I also think, hey, women, if the black people or the whites or whoever is not going, go for what is going, okay? You don't settle for less. And
yeah, there's such a wide dating pool. Don't limit yourself.
We should get better. In fact, I really think black women deserve better too. If they are not up to par, then keep moving.
Keep it moving.
Yes, anyway. But just so, since we're talking about girl power, I just want to just do a shout out to the Spice Girls. Just one time. Just one time. Can we do it with me? Can we do it?
Sure. Why not? Really quick.
Okay.
Not enough to get us sued.
Yeah. Is it gonna go? Alright. Sorry, I'm coming, y'all. Play. I'm sorry, y'all. What is going on with my phone? La 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 la. La la, I'm feeling sad and low. We can take you where you gotta go. Smiling, dancing, everything is free. All you need is a positivity. Powers of the world, spice up your life. Every girl, spice up your life. People of the world, spice up your life. Okay. Just because we're not trying to get sued, but we love the spice up. Girl power. I feel like they were the initiators of girl power. Like, to me, I never saw...
On the pop scene, yeah, I think
on the pop scene. But I'm not going to lie. When I don't remember ever hearing girl power until I listened to them.
I feel like you're right. Yeah.
They were the first people that like really said it, and I was all over the Spice Girls. Mm-hmm. I watched their little movie.
Oh my god, I love it.
It's so bad, but it's so good bad. Like it's good bad.
It's like a movie to cheer you up when you're not.
Yes. And I have my go-to movies like one of my go-to movies is Bridget Jones' Diary.
Oh, I love Bridget Jones' Diary.
So when I'm feeling sad or mad or whatever, I love going to that or the Drew Barrymore Ever After. That's one of my go-to because it's just my favorite.
Nice.
It's the Cinderella one, but I just like the one she did because she was an empowered woman. She wasn't like life is happening to me. No, I love the way they adapted the story for that time, and it's a period piece, and anyway, it was just good. So, but for the Spice Girls, I just pay homage to them, and I hear they're coming back like for the 13th time.
Yeah, keep teasing us. Y'all need to pull the trigger, Spice Girls.
Yes,
your fans are waiting rabidly.
Anyway, all right, so we're gonna go. Are we doing blurting out?
I don't really have anything I'm blurting out this time.
Oh, the only thing I am blurting out about is Dua Lipa's album called Dua Lipa. The girl is just, her music is so good, and she has so many different vibes of song, but they all are like a 17-song collection of her. It just so synchronized, and it's like poppy. They've got the low music, the music of the one that you want to sing when you go through a breakup, and the one you want to just dance to, the one where you want to tell some guy to hit the road, the one where you just want to be sassy, and the ones where you just want to talk about how much you love somebody.
Yeah.
And it's just so real. I love it. So you guys listen to Dua Lipa. She has some girl power going on too. I love her album.
Ooh, actually, I have been blurting out about something since the last episode. I couldn't think of whether I was already blurting out this or not. But yes, I am actually blurting out about Dear Evan Hansen.
Ooh, what's that?
It's
my name.
Broadway musical.
Oh, did you see it?
I have not, but I was listening to Google Play Music on radio mode, and I started it out from The Greatest Showman, so it was like playing a lot of like show tunes, and it one of the songs was from the Dear Evan Hansen like cast recording, and then it had like a second song, and then it had like a third one, not right in a row, but like each time, every once in a while, because I like be at work, working and stuff, and listening to music, and every once in a while I'll stop and like a song, because I'm like, oh, this is awesome, and I'm like, liked all three of those, and I'm like, what is this musical? I gotta check this out because this music is amazing.
Ah, so you heard the music first.
I heard the music, and I want to see the Broadway. It's actually, because it's one of the newer ones. It's like an original. About? It's hard. Apparently, there's some I think they're in like high school, and the guy, Evan Hansen, is the main character. He's got a cast for whatever reason, because I know, like, the cast is iconic for the show. But apparently one of the kids, some kid dies, and he pretends to have been his friend when he wasn't, because he doesn't really, I get the feeling he didn't really have any friends. Like, the guy, Evan Hansen, didn't really have any friends. So.
The one that died. Evan Hansen's the one that died?
No, Evan Hansen is the one who's kind of the main character. Okay. The one who died, his name is, like, Connor or something.
Okay.
So, it's really awesome. I mean, you just gotta listen to the album, because it's a Broadway, so if you listen to the album, you gotta get the gist of the story.
Yeah, that's actually true. You're like, okay, so this is the sad moment. This is the transitional moment.
It's just amazing. I was watching the Tony Awards with my mom this Sunday, and they sung one of the songs from Dear Evan Hansen for the part of the show where they remember people who have passed away since the last time. And it's just so beautiful. I mean, the music's just amazing. I really want to see it. And it's going on tour next year, but I feel like I don't even want to wait till then. I want to see if I can maybe convince my mom to go see Dear Evan Hansen on our yearly Broadway trip. But I know I could convince her. I'm not sure about, because I always go with like my Aunt Carolyn and my cousin Sherry. And I'm not sure if everyone else would be like for this particular one, but it's just, it just seems like it would be amazing. And it won like a lot of awards last year. Because it was new, I think, either last year or a year before last.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's cool. And then going along with this, before we get into the Ocean's 8 and stuff, and other things we're going to talk about, I'm also blurting out about a book that I just finished reading. And this goes with this episode because it's about girl power. And it's about feminism. And so... one of my favorite authors at the moment is Chimamanda Adichie, and Ngozi Adichie, excuse me. She is a Nigerian author, and she does the Igbo tribe, but she's just a good author.
Aside, we will, Bola will put the proper spelling in the show notes.
Yeah, because I cannot spell that for you guys. I'm Nigerian too, and I was like, that language, that's not even my family's language, and I'm like, that one is a lot. But I love her books, and she really is a fiction writer, but she also writes other types of things. Like literally, she's like, not literally, but like nowadays, she's really talking about feminism and girls and equality. And so she's really trying to redefine what it is so that people are not thinking that feminism is about man hating or it's really about women matter too. That's why it's like not good to say things like, when it comes to the Black Lives Matter, it's not good to say all lives matter, because then you're canceling out the fact that they're focusing on their issue about what's going on with Black people. And so it's like the same thing with feminism. It's like, we have to say feminism because this is about women being equal. But at the same time, we're not saying that we hate men. In fact, her claim is that all people should be feminists. And so she's like, we should raise our men to be feminists, which basically means they should also learn how to treat women with equality instead of growing up with all the gender issues and the gender roles and the constructs, you know? And so I just like some of her. I'm not going to talk about it. The book is called Dear Ijeawele or Ijeawele, and 15 Suggestions for a Feminist Manifesto. It's a really short book, guys. Like, it's really tiny. It's like 60 something pages. It's like a mini booklet. She has like a bunch of points, but I just wanted to point one or so out. One, she says that her first suggestion is that women should be a full person, because the book actually came out of something that happened to her. Her friend had a girl, and she was asking her advice. Her friend, the author, her friend was asking her advice on how to raise her daughter feminist, because she wanted her daughter to be feminist. And this was a friend from Africa as well. And so she had never been asked that. And this was before she had her own daughter. But she came up with stuff because she's been known for the woman that's talking about feminism now. And so she had written this out, changed a few things, but basically put it together for everybody. So that it's like, if you want to really know how to do feminism right in the modern era that will uplift women and not downplay men at the same time, this is what you should do. And so I like the first one was to be a full person. And so that one really clung to me because I clung to that ideal because it's like a lot of times women are taught, oh, you need to be, you know, your achievements should be, oh, you want to be married, you need to be likable, you need to make yourself a certain way so that, you know, you could get a husband, you can do all this stuff.
Don't be too assertive, that'll put men off.
Thank you, that too. And it's almost like women are not programmed to be themselves, they're programmed to be what the world needs or what men need, sorry to say. But it's almost like, no, you don't need just a man first, so you don't need to be all those things. You do need to be a full person. So she's like, teach your kids, especially your daughters, like, they also need to discover who they are. Discover who they are themselves and what they want to do. So I liked that as her first one. And then the other one I really liked was, I'm only going to do one. Let's see. She said, teach them that gender roles are nonsense. She said, don't let them be intertwined. Teach self-reliance. So she's basically like, teach your daughter to know how to do for herself. She's like, it's basically that whole thing, like, give a man a fish, he'll eat one time, but teach a man to fish and he'll eat forever.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like teach the girl how to make her food, but also teach the girl how to like put a change a tire in a car, like, or how to cut wood, or how to do all these things that only men do. Teach women to know that they can take care of themselves instead of just saying, "Let my husband do that for me," and then when your husband dies, you don't know what to do with yourself. You know, so it's like, I like those kind of things. She has so many other really good ones that I can't really get into right now, but you guys, I just recommend that you really read that book because it was very helpful for us strong women to learn how to manage how to be basically ourselves and to be strong and to have that girl power in this modern age. Love men, but also love ourselves and treat ourselves equally. I mean, it's also going on with the Me Too movement. It's almost like now women are saying like, hey, we're not going to take this anymore.
We're not gonna take it.
No, we're not gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore. I don't know who sings that.
I don't know either.
It's some rock group. Anyway, all right, so let's talk about something else now, Whitney.
All right, we are moving into the penultimate topic because we're going to talk about the previews that came before Ocean's 8 before we move right into Ocean's 8.
And these ones are chock full of girl power, y'all.
That's right, girl power.
What? Okay.
So, the first one is The Girl in the Spider's Web.
Ooh.
And it looks freaking amazing, peeps.
We ain't talking about Charlotte, y'all. We ain't talking about Charlotte. Just so you know.
Oh, yeah. Not
that was a really lame joke.
But, and when I was watching the preview, I was like, this looks a lot like the girl with the dragon tattoo. And I'm like, oh my God, Lisbeth. When they said the name Lisbeth Salamander, I was like, it's the girl with the dragon tattoo.
Oh, it's the same girl then.
Yeah, same girl.
Oh.
Well, same character. Not necessarily, not necessarily because it's not the same actress, but same character. Lisbeth Salamander.
Did that same actress, because Claire
Foy did not play her in the American version.
Yeah, it was Noomi Mara.
Yeah. And of course, in the Swedish, which is the books and original movie. Well, it's based off the books, and the books are Swedish. And the first movie series was actually the Swedish ones, where Lisbeth Salamander is played by Noomi Rapace.
She's a Swedish actress, actually. Right?
Yes, she is Swedish. She's also played in Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, yeah.
She's really awesome.
The second one.
She's got a really awesome face.
Yeah, very unique.
Yeah. It's like...
strong, bold face.
Yeah. I like interesting faces. Beauty that's not just that conventional all the time. But yeah.
Just like over the top pretty. You're just pretty.
Yeah.
You have uniqueness to you. That's good.
Exactly. So, let's see. Let me make sure I can get this kind of right. So the first one is the girl with the dragon tattoo. The second one is the girl who played with fire. The third one is the girl who kicked the hornet's nest. And I'm not sure where this one falls in because apparently there's one that's called The Girl Who Takes an Eye for an Eye. I'm looking at some stuff on like Amazon and whatnot now. So
is that just a translated version?
You know what? Maybe The Girl Who Takes an Eye for an Eye is more like a kind of a, like a mini series, like spin-off, but not in the regular saga. Because I'm looking at the other ones. Oh wait, hold on. It says Millennium series for the ones that are actually in the main, I guess, part. Because The Girl in the Spider's Web actually says Millennium series. So I guess that's part of the main series. But yeah, anyway. It's part of The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo series.
I remember watching that in the original Swedish version. And those movies were intense. But
they
I love the main character.
Super intense. Yeah, I love Lisbeth. She is such a oh my god, she's such a kick-ass girl.
Yeah, she is. She looks like a kick-ass girl. When you see what she looks like. But she also endured some stuff.
So, we highly recommend... I've actually never seen the American version that they did.
Me neither.
I don't know if I want... I guess I should see it just to be able to compare it, but...
It's probably not going to be as good.
I'm sure it won't.
Because I liked the three by themselves. I remember liking it. I'm going to probably want to watch those again.
Yeah, me too.
Just to catch up on them.
Because I know they were on Netflix. Of course, that was years ago, so I don't know if it's still on Netflix, but I'm going to probably check it out. But yeah, you guys, we highly recommend the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo movies. But just be aware that this is
adult.
a hard R, like a hard
Yeah.
R.
Damn, is it that hard?
Yes, it is.
It's like steel, y'all. It's like steel.
Yes, it is. So, no kitties for that. It's some stuff. It's some serious stuff. Especially like the first one. Oh my god. Yeah, but it's awesome. Check it out.
Yeah.
But yes, the preview for The Girl in the Spider's Web looks amazing.
It does, you guys.
Claire Foy is playing Lisbeth Salander.
Yes, and I love her from The Crown on Netflix, also on Netflix, and I was like shocked when I just saw the trailer, and I was like, oh, that's Claire Foy! Dang, she looked different. Dang, she looked good. Dang, this movie's coming out. I'm like excited, so I was like, I'm about to watch this, because again, she takes down the guys that treat women badly.
That's
right.
What
we're talking about.
That's right.
Me too. Well, not me, but you know what I mean.
Hashtag me too.
Hashtag time's up. Yeah, time's up.
Yeah, all right. So, next one, preview-wise, was Widows, which has Viola Davis, who I absolutely adore. Viola Davis is so gorgeous. And she's so classy, and like every time
she's very poised, really. Yes. She's very poised.
Yes.
That's what I appreciate about her. Because while she's a black woman that is poised, she ain't no Niecy Nash. I like Niecy too. But she's not like those chicks where you're just like, She's just always poised.
We ain't hating on y'all.
We not. I like Niecy Nash too. I love Niecy Nash.
Yeah, Niecy
I was
Nash
all
also.
over the yard sale show that she did. Clean House.
Oh,
that was like my favorite show.
But
she used to be like Mystery and Mayhem, or what she used to say.
Niecy Nash was also on Scream Queens, like the first season. She was
now she's got her very good show called Claws right now.
Yeah, my mom was telling me that that's pretty good. Yeah. I haven't checked it out yet.
There's some gangster nail-ticians. I don't know what they call them, nail-ticians. Estheticians, I think.
Nail technicians?
Nail technicians. Let's call them that. Yeah, that's basically. No, esthetician is the name of it because estheticians handle like hair waxing for the face and nails and feet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, estheticians but nail techs. Yeah.
Okay.
But they some gangster nail techs from what I've seen. That's what it is. But I love Niecy Nash. But at the same time, with Viola, she picks. Maybe they're given to her, but she just picks awesome roles where she gets to shine.
I don't think they just get given to you. I mean, sometimes I think they call people specifically, but I think sometimes you have to just audition and you pick what you want to audition for.
Are you sure? Because some caliber, like, I doubt Meryl Streep has to do an audition for anything.
I'm sure she probably does. For
Meryl Streep?
Like, if you want a role and
they're not already... give her the roles. Like, just like, hey, this is what we want you to do.
If they were already thinking of them for a certain role, maybe. Because, some roles went to people because they asked someone, they had someone in mind, but then the person passed on it. Mm-hmm. And then they, have auditions. So if they write a movie or, someone already has you in mind, then I'm sure you probably don't have to audition. But if you weren't the one that they already had in mind for it, I'm sure you still have to audition.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, she might have some that she doesn't have to audition for, but then there's probably some stuff that she does audition for.
Okay. I just thought all the A-listers don't normally, they're just so huge now, you're just like, really? They just get the roles given to them, But
when you think of if you've got a number of people who are good, how are you going to pick other than having them audition?
Or having them in mind in general and you just give it to them.
That's I mean, if they say yes. But
that's true.
But if you don't have someone in mind, then you probably just have auditions.
Okay. Anyway, the point is the Viola... No, this is good. We were just discussing. Anyway, the point is Viola just she just gets awesome roles. If it's not given to her or she auditions for them, but the roles that she picks or the roles that she's in, they're just always strong, Even if the character themselves are not strong, her performance in them are strong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She does play really powerful characters.
So what's going down in this Widows movie?
I was trying to see because there's another actress in here that Michelle Rodriguez. I know she's playing a lot of stuff, including I believe the Fast and Furious movies as Vin Diesel's love interest.
That's the main one. She was in SWAT too.
Oh, okay. The reason I mainly just keep her top of mind is because of the Resident Evil movie. She was in the first Resident Evil movie. She died, but she was kick-ass.
She's kick-ass in that.
To me.
He loves any girl that's kick-ass in a movie.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, let me think. Jennifer Lawrence, when she played
Katniss,
in Hunger Games. She gets like a free pass. I'll go see pretty much any movie You get a certain amount of bad movies before you get moved out of the top spot. But yeah,
and then, like,
once you play like a pretty kick-ass character, then you're like top.
Yeah, and then Denai Guerrero, I'm like...
Yes!
I hate zombies, y'all, but I'm seriously thinking of... Just because I want to see her act again. And I was like, I want to see her in something. Because she was just so kick-ass in Black Panther. And I just love her.
And she is so kick-ass in Walking Dead.
Yeah.
She's like... It's between her and Daryl for my favorite characters from The Walking Dead. They're just both really kick-ass.
Yeah, because I like seeing the women of strength.
Yes.
Power.
Yes.
And, being equal, not this, like, equal and mattering, Not just like, oh, you're in the back. You just serve or you're just a pretty girl, or you're just a sex object, know? Yeah.
Yeah.
But what's The Widows about?
Let me just read the, do they have a... set in contemporary Chicago amidst a time of turmoil, 4 women with nothing in common except a debt left behind by their dead husband's criminal activities take fate into their own hands and conspire to forge a future on their own terms.
I think Daniel Kaluuya's in this too. And this is a Steve McQueen movie. Steve McQueen did 12 Years a Slave. He's a black British Black. Which one should come first? Black or British? He's probably a blur, to be quite honest with you, because he probably is a blur. But Steve McQueen, I just like his work.
You're right. Daniel Kaluuya is in that movie.
Look at him looking all young in that IMDb picture. Hey.
Yeah.
I think me and my sister at work one day, we were rating hotness of guys because we were so bored. And so we did the Black Panther guys. So we were both like, where are we gonna put M'Baku, Chadwick, or Winston, his name is Winston Duke from M'Baku, Chadwick Boseman, Daniel Kaluuya, Michael B. It was so funny. We were like, ooh, who's gonna be number 1? Who's gonna be number 4? So yes, we love all the ranges of chocolate that they were.
Indeed. We love all the shades.
The next trailer is one of my favorites.
It's Mamma Mia.
Here I go again. My, how can I resist you? Mamma Mia. Does it show again? My, just how much I miss you. Yes, I'll be broken hearted. Ooh, since the day we started. I thought parted. Oh. My, how I never let you go. Mamma Mia. Dancing Queen, I know most of the words for that, but Mamma Mia, I loved the cinematic one, because the Mamma Mia is a Broadway, I think, right?
Yeah, I believe
it was originally a play,
on Broadway.
And it was basically based off of the music of ABBA, which is a Swedish pop group from the 70s, I think.
I couldn't remember what country they were from. Swedish, okay.
They're Swedish or Danish, but I pretty much think they're Swedish.
Oh my god, the music is so catchy.
It is fantastic. I love all the songs.
Obviously, we don't know the words.
Then everybody knows about Dancing Queen.
She is the dancing queen,
young and sweet, only 17. Dancing Queen, feel the beat of the tambourine, oh yeah. You can dance, you can jive, having the time of your life. Ooh, see that girl, watch that scene, digging the dancing queen. Oh, that was my favorite song. Sorry for the shrill guys, but they're singing really high, and I'm on alto.
The music is just amazing. But yeah, that's gonna be so fun.
Oh my god, all the young
is in there. As
Cher
the
is gonna be like, no, I can't wait.
And when I saw Ocean's 8 with my mom and my aunt, we were looking at it. We were like, and my aunt was like, Cher looks so good. I'm like, I swear they keep her in like cryogenic freezing.
I know.
And they only take her out for like public appearances.
I'm about to say that Botox is sharp, yo. Because she just looks like a porcelain doll in this. Like, she just looks so
She never changes.
Beautiful.
For like, since the 70s, she
Do
has not
you
changed.
believe in life after love? I can feel something inside me say, feel like she is. She's basically on the lower range for singing.
It's interesting because you don't hear like a lot of like low altos. Because I know like Toni Braxton is one.
Yeah, she's a really low alto too. Because can you tell me the truth? Because I'm also a low alto. Mm-hmm. But sometimes some of her songs you just like. You're just like, damn, she got low. She got low. And so I don't, and that's why I like Dua Lipa too, because she's on a lower register as well, and she's such a raspy voice. Mm-hmm. So I can do most of her stuff. And so, but yeah, Cher is kind of like an alto, like a low. I don't know if there's like a mezzo. There's like mezzo alto and like there's like different ranges because you have like the high alto and the low altos. Okay. Because music is in the scales.
Yeah, but I feel like there's not as many like altos out in the world, singer wise.
You're right, because a lot of them are just like, oh yeah, soprano singing, or just some of them just have a unique, just flatline, or they rapping nowadays. They're just rapping, So that's it. But Mamma Mia, I love it because they're kind of they're going like back in time.
Yeah, they're doing like a prequel almost.
They're showing the main woman.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. It's not a prequel because they're exactly what you said, going back in time. Because they're like present day, but then they're going back to see what happened.
Yes, so it's like all the young ones. So all the three main suitors, they show them as as younger people, so then you could see what the mother.
Yeah, see where she was.
What she was doing for landering around.
Exactly. How many sticks got dipped?
That's a one paint canister. That was funny. So that's probably my favorite and must watch is that. We might just do a musical episode just because of my.
Oh yeah, musical episode would be awesome.
Anyway, what's
the
next one?
So the last one preview we're talking about is A Star Is Born.
I'm not gonna lie.
When I was watching this, interesting.
Yes, I was very pulled in.
Yeah,
because one, I never seen
I thought it
Bradley
was like
Cooper do a country music or accent, because I was like they dubbed that dude. They dubbed him like.
And I thought it was like a remake of. At first, because I know that I'm pretty sure that there's a Barbra Streisand movie called A Star Is Born, and actually, sorry guys, I always got to be on. No, that's not the right one. On IMDb to check. It is.
Is that Barbra Streisand?
Yeah, Barbra Streisand and Chris Christopherson. I haven't seen it. I'm pretty sure my mom's seen this, but she probably would have mentioned
Chris
it.
Christopherson? Who's that?
Chris Christopherson. Right there. Oh, Blade. I'm pretty sure he's Blade's mentor. What is Blade's mentor's name? Go far back, I think, because Blade hasn't made a movie in a while. Or I could be thinking of someone completely different. It could be a different actor.
What's so interesting about this trailer is, like, not gonna lie, I thought it was gonna be like, what I thought it was that it was like another retelling of Johnny Cash or something, because I was like, who is this country music person? And then all of a sudden you see this woman that he's interested in with a good voice and everything, and then I'm like, I had to do a double take because it was Gaga. Like, she was not Gaga'd out, y'all. Like, not at all. She was so stripped down.
I didn't even know it was her until they got to the part of the preview where they show, like,
her face really well.
No. I mean, until they got to the part of the preview where they put the people's names up there, and it was like, I was like, I did, because I was looking,
I knew by her voice, but I knew by her face.
I was like, she looks sort of familiar, but who? I didn't know.
I knew by her face when I first, like, I had to look at me. I'm like, who is that? And then I looked really closely, and I was like, that's Gaga. And I mean, then of course the voice. When she sang, I knew that was her because she sings so beautifully. She just has a very unique voice. She just kind of she's kind of one of those ones that belts out, but it's not like an annoying Christina Aguilera when she does too many runs.
What? I love Christina.
No, I'm not saying Christina is bad, because Christina can definitely sing, but Christina does the she does that too much.
I love those runs.
She needs to turn it down sometimes.
Thank you very much.
Not every song needs a run, okay? But I love Christina, but she does do it a bit much. Just a bit. But
we'll agree.
Gaga does not. She has a belty kind of voice, and it's kind of like there's a bit of grovelly, some bite to it, like, oh! I like that. I like that. It's like a powerhouse kind of voice almost, I like, and then the way she sings and carries herself too. I'm a fan of Gaga. I like her.
Yeah, she's just really talented, and I know even before she became like well known as a singer, that she did a lot of, oh no, it's not. He was not in Blade.
Who?
Chris Christopherson. Oh wait, yeah, he was. He was Whistler. Okay, I was right. Yes. So people who don't know Chris Christopherson, if you're Blurs, then he's Whistler from Blade. Mm-hmm. But yeah, anyway, there's a movie called The Star Is Born with Barbara Streisand and Chris Christopherson. What?
I know. I've never watched Blade.
Oh my god, he was the original black superhero.
I know, and everyone thought he should have been Black Panther, but it just didn't happen that way. He was actually trying to be Black Panther.
Really?
Yeah. He kept pushing for, but it never took off in his time. But he wanted to play Black Panther from the comics.
Oh, you mean in his time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like now.
Not Chris Christopherson, but...
No, I know you're talking about. I know you're talking about.
What's his name?
Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, he wanted to play because he was pushing it so much, but it just wasn't taking off. It wasn't opening up.
Okay, so you're talking about like around the time when he was doing like the Blades and stuff.
The Lord did not permit it because it wasn't time. Mm-hmm. It came out for such a time as this.
Yes!
I love that phrase. It's almost like timing, it matters for everything. It just does. And as much as I hate it because I'm not a patient person, so I do recognize when it's like there's some things you want to do and there's some things that you want them to happen now, but they don't. And then you realize when the time comes, that's actually the best time for it. You get thankful. It's always after the fact that you learn this, of course. But me, I'm coming to know that timing is not gonna lie, it's a B word to wait for the timing for things. But good timing is just awesome. I think, one, I don't think Black Panther would have been done well. Mm-hmm. And I don't think it would have been done with such attention to detail. I think they would have focused all on him just doing stuff in America and just like trying to kick ass and stuff,
I feel
instead
like
of
wouldn't have had the same budget
it.
Because they gave it an A-list budget.
Yeah, because all those other Marvel movies need to come out first.
Yeah. Because Disney was like, this is in our Marvel Super Cinematic Universe, so it's going to get the star treatment like our other movies did.
And they paid attention to the culture and all that. Remember we talked about Black Panther?
Yeah.
Check out episode 2, y'all.
But if it had come before, I feel like they would have given it like some crap budget.
It would have not done as well as it did. And it would not have had the salience that it has now and the culture, the culture impact that it had. Cultural impact, excuse me. Yeah. But A Star Is Born looks really interesting. I love a musical movie. It's almost like that other trailer for The Queen called Bohemian Rhapsody for the band Queen.
Oh, yeah, I
love biopics. It looked like it was a biopic at first.
That did look like it was going to be really good, too. What was that? That was during Deadpool 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that did look good.
That looked good. And then Sorry for Bothering You. That was the other trailer that we liked. That featured a black lead.
I've seen that for a while, though. I feel like
I've seen
trailer's
it
been out for
I just don't know. I think that's also coming out. So it's like movies about y'all.
But there's some movies that like trailer for like forever. Because what was that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio? I think it was Shutter Island.
Oh yeah.
I feel like there was like a full year of trailers. And I'm like, is this movie not out yet?
Yeah. Well, I also saw we're not really going into this, but I also saw the trailer for Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald, or Fantastic Beasts 2. The Crimes of Grindelwald.
Oh yeah,
and I was very happy in my soul.
Movie, yeah,
because I'm a Potterhead.
I was so focused on like the girl power movies. I didn't like write that one.
Yeah, because this one is not a girl power thing, so that's why I'm not gonna harp on about it. But that was one of also the good trailers.
Yeah, that was good. That did look good.
And like, if you notice, it's been playing for a while, and it's not coming out till November.
Playing?
I've seen it.
Oh, okay.
I've seen it around the internet, that's why.
Oh, on the internet.
I've seen it mostly around the internet.
I always gauge it by if I see it in theaters rather than on the internet.
This is the second time I've seen it in theaters. Okay. But I feel like I've seen a longer one.
Mm.
But I've seen like little ones in theaters before. I don't know why, but I know I've seen it in the theater more than just this time that we went to watch Ocean's 8. Okay. All right. But you guys, awesome girl power movies are coming out in the next month or so. So you guys need to just find a way to do the movie.
About the next month. A Star Is Born is October, you guys. Looks like it's October 5.
Oh, dang. It's not in the summer.
Widows.
Okay, so the last one's not in the summer.
Let me just give you guys all the dates here. Widows is November 16th.
Oh, dang. I just misspoke, y'all. Just disregard the last.
Maybe Mamma Mia is closer. I feel like Mamma Mia is closer.
Close to coming out this summer.
Mamma Mia is July 18th. So yeah, that's soon. And what was the last one? Oh, The Girl in the Spider's Web. I feel like since this is the first time I've seen a trailer for that, it's probably not as soon either.
I hope it will be.
I mean, this year, but I mean, like, not like July or summer or anything. Yeah, that's November 9th for The Girl in the Spider's Web.
All these movies for November are looking awesome. At least now, at least in fall, we've got some good stuff coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I just had to add that one because it's stuck in my head still.
I was saying, nobody say, oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, yeah.
Where did that come from?
Family Guy, you know the Kool-Aid guy's always bursting through the wall anytime someone says, oh, no.
That's true. I remember. I just remember, like, why would he always burst through? I don't remember, like,
that's
really.
What he did in the commercials.
Yeah, and it was annoying. It was annoying in the commercial. I'm like, why are you... And Kool-Aid's so bad for you, actually.
It's so good, but it's so good.
It is. Okay. I think grape was everyone's favorite.
I love the red.
Everyone likes red, too. The grape was the one black.
I don't even know what it actually was. I just call it red.
Yeah, because it turned the water red, and then you added sugar, and you just went with it. Yeah.
All right, so now we're getting into the main fare, which is...
The main course, y'all. The entree. The creme de la creme.
Ocean's 8.
Yes.
So we're not going to go too long into this, because it's not like it's a Marvel movie or something where there's like large plot things. And
you guys, it's a simple heist movie, caper movie, and I love it.
When we say simple, the plan is actually that simple, but you know, it's
the movie.
That's what it is.
The movie is
a
simple.
Heist movie.
The movie is simple as in there's not a lot of heaviness involved in it. There's not a lot of thinking.
You go to see this movie because you want to go see a fun, cool movie.
Yes, and that's
just
exactly
like when you go see like a freaking Western or something. You're not going for the plot.
Aren't they? No.
Aren't they?
I don't watch Westerns.
I don't know. You know what? Actually, I saw
Westerns
like Netflix made like a really good Western, and actually, it's so funny that we were talking about the girl with the dragon tattoo because I think Noomi Rapace was in that particular one that I'm thinking of. Hold on 1 second, peeps. I'm just looking it up. Oh, I love her face.
She's pretty.
Oh, that's right, because she was also in Prometheus. But anyway, let's see. No. Oh, yeah, that's right. She was also in What Happened to Monday, which is a Netflix movie.
I keep meaning to watch that. I hope they haven't taken it off.
It's a Netflix original, so I doubt that they would take it off since it's an actual original one. But yeah, that's good. You guys should check out What Happened to Monday. That was a good one.
I really want to watch it. I'm going to watch it without my sister, because I've been waiting for her, and I'm like, I'm done.
You know what? She is not in this Netflix series that I was thinking of. She just looks similar to this other actress that looks a little bit like Noomi Rapace. And I'm not going to be able to figure out what the movie was, you guys, but it's a Western. It's like a mini-series because it's only got like 6 episodes.
On Netflix right now? Oh, I know what you're talking about. Is it called The Bloodbound or Blood something?
No, I don't think so.
Or,
I'm trying to think of another actor.
It's about like a slavery time? Or the old time? Like,
it's the American. Western time. It's like, yeah, it's American.
You sure it's not the actress that played Lady Mary in Downton Abbey?
She has a face similar to... Yes!
I know which one. I think I don't have the...
You can always count on Bola.
I don't have the name of it. Is it Mudbound? You sure it's not Mudbound?
Why am I saying Downtown Mary?
It's Downton Abbey with Lady Mary was her character.
Yeah.
And, what is her name?
You're right. It is her.
Her name is, Michelle Dockery.
Michelle Dockery. Because her face reminds me of Noomi Rapace's face, where it's like an interesting, strong face. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's beautiful, but it's like a different, strong beauty, not like just regular type. Okay, so it was Godless. That's what it's...
Oh, I'm mixing it up. Because there is Godless, I know what you're talking about, and then there's Mudbound, but she's not in that one.
Yeah, so it's not that many episodes. It's like a small series, but yeah, it was really good. And it's a Western. Yeah, I did. Yeah, Godless was good. So that's a good one to check out. But yeah, sorry. It was not Noomi Rapace, but Michelle Dockery's face reminds me.
Yeah, they have similar facial structure.
Yeah. I didn't know where I was going with that.
Yeah, where were you going?
I don't know. I've deviated so far.
Oh, we were talking about, I'm usually the one that brings back. I think we were talking about how this movie is simple and you were saying, yeah, you guys are not going, just like a Western, and I was telling you, Westerns are not simple. And then you went on this.
Godless was not simple. But,
yeah, so Westerns to me are not simple movies. Yeah. What I like about this is that you don't really, at first I thought I was missing all the extra, but then I was like, no, this is a heist movie. You don't need the extras.
That's right.
You need to
Nobody needs to be a tortured soul.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need themes and all this kind of stuff. You just need, the whole theme is the job must be pulled off. That's right. Actually, the main focal point is the job. Mm-hmm. That's the main point of heist movies, which is, and then they can get as complex as possible, or they can be quite simple. Mm-hmm. You know, jewelry heist is such an old form of heist movie, caper movies, and I love heist movies. Like I remember the last one I watched was called Tower Heist. It had what's that guy? The actor's name from Meet the Fockers. Ben Stiller. Ben Stiller and Eddie Murphy and a bunch of other people in it, and it was really good. And I was like, "This is a good heist movie."
Eddie Murphy? I haven't seen Eddie Murphy. Is this a newer?
It was a newer movie.
What?
It's not like this past 2 years. It was in maybe I want to say 2014 or 15.
Oh, okay.
But it was it's not in the past 2 years, but it was really good. For heist movies, I was very satisfied with everything. So I was like, okay, I'm finally seeing another heist movie, and it's Oceans, and I was like, oh, sweet. But it was it's an all-girl cast, y'all. And all-girl. And it's awesome. And
everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Everything is awesome when you live in your dream.
I think at my school at Liberty, one of my teachers, because Liberty's a Christian school, when I went there for my master's, one of the teachers was like, somebody tried to take that song and put God into it. Uh-huh. And he was just making fun of that whole particular thing. And he's like, everything is awesome. Everything is good when you're part of God's team. And I was laughing at him because that was the first time I had heard the song. Uh-huh. So I thought he made it up. And then he told me about the Lego movie. And then I was like, oh, it comes from this. And I thought it was
my mom was teasing me this past
Then I got why he made fun of it.
Because, I watched the Lego movie it was a while ago. It was closer to when it came out.
I'm not gonna watch no Lego movie, y'all.
But I just watched the Lego Batman movie and the Lego Ninjago movie, both this weekend.
Why?
I love the Lego movies. Oh my god! Don't judge me. Don't judge me.
I'm not gonna lie. I tried to start watching the Emoji Movie and I just couldn't.
Well, that's not the same thing. I enjoyed the Lego movie.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get back to Ocean's 8. We're gonna look at.
Sorry, yeah.
I'm gonna have to look at this, and then we're gonna have to see because I'm like, really? Is this
because they're about to come out with the Lego movie too, and I'm like, I'm there.
Oh my god! Don't worry. There are some things where everyone has to have their thing where they're like, it's guilty pleasure, but it's really not because you like what you like, so you shouldn't feel guilty about it. But other people, you don't want them to know you like this thing.
The MTV show where they have they look at these YouTube videos. What is that?
Catfish?
Show? No. They're looking at videos of people basically messing themselves up, getting hurt and
epic fails or something.
Maybe. I don't know. The guy's he always has kind of a hat on, a baseball cap, and he's kind of
oh, ridiculousness.
Yes, that's what it is.
The skateboarder guy, I think.
Yes.
Oh yeah. And actually, I love that show.
Because on one of the shows, he was talking about how he went to a Justin Bieber concert, and he had a hoodie up, pulled way up, so people couldn't see it was him. Justin Bieber concert.
And now you can't even say that because Biebs is hot. Biebs is hot. That last album, yo, I loved it.
Yeah.
That last
but I feel
hot.
That's probably how I have to be for some of these kids.
Is it too late now to say sorry? Oh no. Cause I'm missing more than just your body. I like that song. I liked a lot of his songs on that album. Anyway, back to the heist movie. So one of the, for me, like I said, one of my favorite genres is the heist movie because I just think it's so cool to imagine all these plot points, all trying to pull off one job. And then sometimes you have the heist movies and the caper movies where the heist fails. But I mostly like the ones that are successful. And so, spoiler alert, you guys, if you haven't watched Ocean's 8, right now is a good time to watch and come back and listen to the rest of this. So, spoilers abound. Okay, so your seconds are up, so now we're going to talk freely. And so, in this one, the caper is successful, but it was epic. Alright, but first we're going to talk about the characters first.
Yeah. So, Debbie Ocean is Sandra Bullock's character, and she's basically the leader and the planner, and she's also the sister of Danny Ocean, who...
George Clooney's character in the original Ocean's movies.
And when we say originals, we mean the ones from a few years ago, because we know it was a remake of
an old one. Yeah, you're right. Like, not original for modern times.
Yes. There we go.
Okay, Ocean's like 11, 12, and 13.
Yeah, there we go. Mm-hmm. So, she's his sister. He's dead. During the movie,
which is messed up.
Apparently, maybe, because there's one point in the movie, like when she's getting out of jail and she's talking about her brother and how it was blah blah blah, tragic, blah blah blah. You don't really hear ever what happened to him, and it's not like it happened during Ocean's 13, which I don't think I ever got around to seeing, because I'm pretty sure he didn't die in that, because like when she goes to the mausoleum where her brother's grave, I don't know if he still call it a grave since it's in a mausoleum, but anyway. It says to like his birth date, and then the year goes to 2018. So since the last Ocean's movie, I think was like in 2007, so then it could have. He must not have died in that one, because this one is like
years later.
Years later. So it's funny because she's there and she's looking at his mausoleum thingy thing. I don't know what they call those things. Anyway, she's like, you better be in there. So I feel like it's not for sure that he's dead. Okay. You don't
I didn't pay attention to that part.
He could be, but I mean, she's looking at it, she's like, you better be in there.
And you know what made me laugh was that her character when they were about to like start the caper, the heist. We're gonna get into what the heist is, you guys. But when she was starting it and she was communicating with all the girls that are part of the team, and she was saying that, guys, don't do it for this or for that. Do it for the 8-year-old little girl who was sat on her bed and dreamt of being a criminal. And I was like, who does that?
I'm not sure. Little girls.
That part made me laugh. Like, I was like, that's it. That's,
well, no, maybe if you're in a crime family, maybe that is an aspiration.
That's true. But one, I was excited to watch this movie most of all because why? This was an all-girl power cast. Like, they have all girls, diversity. The main girls.
Yeah, the main characters are all.
Yeah, let's not talk about the guy anymore. He didn't matter. I love that he got framed for everything, okay? But Mr. Armitage, you're hot. Okay, so, what's his name?
Alfred? Richard
Armitage. One, everybody knows him. He's an Irish actor. But he is most known for playing Thorin, King of the Dwarfs in the Hobbit movies, and a lot of British stuff. There's a series called North and South on Netflix that I love very much. If you like British period pieces and you nerd out about historical things, especially British historical things, you'll like North and South. Go watch it. Yeah. But he was in that. But mainly people know him as the Dwarf King from the Hobbit trilogy. And so it's so funny because the dwarves are so short, but Fred Armitage is actually very tall and handsome. So he basically, what did you call him, Whitney, earlier?
I wonder if I can drop this during this episode without making it into an explicit episode. He's a boy, you guys.
Oh, yes, he is. And not only did he dupe the wrong one, but he got duped double over. Okay, I love that she did this and she pinned it all on him. It was great. So the heist was really and the funny thing is the whole movie starts off with Sandra Bullock, the lead and the planner of the whole thing, in jail, coming out of jail. Right? She's coming out of jail after being there for 5 years. And what does she do? She's already in there for doing something. But she comes out of jail and she does what?
Well, she's actually in there not because of a frame job. Well, she did participate in it.
Yeah, but she did a job, though.
But I don't know if it was
necessary. He framed her for it.
Yeah, he did frame her for
it. Or
it.
not that he framed her, they got caught, but he blamed her for everything.
He did.
So all the blame got put on her.
But I wonder if it was supposed to be a legitimate...
Oh, no, he did, because she signed something that made her more of the person.
Yeah, but I can't really think if that was what she took the fall for was supposed to be a legitimate thing, or if it was a con that she just happened to take the fall for, you know? Anyway.
Some things weren't clear. But I guess that part didn't really matter. The whole thing that did matter was that
he was an F-boy
and he
got her in.
Duped her and made her go to jail for that long, and he got scot-free. And so she was like, oh, you best believe I'm going to wring your neck with this. That plan was awesome, y'all.
It was.
It was so good. But You have Sandra Bullock as the main leader of the girls, the main number
Sandra
one.
Bullock so much.
Yes, I do like her. Oh my gosh. Anything she's in, she's just so good.
Yeah.
I just like her a lot. So, big ups to you, Sandy. We love you. We love you.
We love you.
And then you have my next favorite.
Oh my god.
Second in command. Lou as Cate Blanchett plays Lou, and Cate Blanchett. She's just so versatile.
She was amazing.
I love her.
Because you think of her, another person from Lord of the Rings, because she was Galadriel in the original trilogy series. But in this movie, she was probably actually my favorite because she was so cool. She was just so I don't know.
There was something about her. She's probably my favorite too.
Yeah,
if I had to pick one, it was between Sandy and her, but. Definitely, she was my favorite. I just liked her aura.
Effortless cool.
Yeah, like I said, her outfits.
Oh my god, yeah.
First of all, this caper was about the Met Gala. The Met Gala really just happened, I think a month ago or so. So I thought it was interesting that this movie came out and it was about the Met Gala. Mm-hmm. So it was a jewelry heist dealing with the Met Gala. So there was fashion abounding. But outside of that, before Lou knew what was going on, she just had awesome ass style. And she only wore pantsuits. Even when they had to dress up, she wore an awesome pantsuit. I love that she didn't get to go in, but we saw her dressed in her little outfit. So, okay, she was like, oh, y'all gonna see me looking good. But I love that haircut on her, that short, edgy haircut. Awesome, it was so good. But Lou was like a rebel. And she was mixing water into vodka. It was so bad. In her own club, I think, or something.
Yeah.
It was great.
When she had the people mixing it up, she was like, what does that taste like? Vodka. She was like, yeah, it's supposed to taste like water with vodka. Because when you're drunk, you know what it tastes like? Vodka.
Yeah. You just think it is more, but it's really water. And so she was the second in command. And then you have Tammy, who was played by
Sarah Paulson,
and she played the fence. Now, Whitney had to explain what fence means, because while I was watching this movie, I did not know what a fence was. I was like, fencing who? What's happening? The swords?
So a fence is somebody who, for illegal activities, they, you know what, let me to make sure I get it right, maybe I'll just find the official.
What I gathered was that she was, from what I've seen in the movie, was that she was the person to keep them informed. Or she was the one that causes the distraction so that the main person can do what they gotta do. Or she was the one that gave an alibi. Or she was the one that was basically the one that could pretend well to get in somewhere. But actually they all did a good bit of pretending anyway. Except for Rihanna.
A fence is also known as a receiver, mover, moving man, or a thief spawn. An individual who knowingly buys stolen goods in order to later resell them for profit. So she was...
I like the thief spawn. That's an interesting word.
That is an interesting word.
I like that. I'm going to steal that for my writings and stuff.
Yeah.
The thief spawn. It just sounds like it should be a title of something.
It does. It does.
Yes, it does. Okay, so that's what she was. And she definitely did that. So now that makes sense, because she had a lot of crap in her garage.
Yes, even when she was quote-unquote out of the game. She had it looked like a warehouse inside of her garage. And Sandra Bullock's like,
where did you get all this stuff from?
So you're out, but what about all this stuff?
So how does your husband know about eBay? I just thought that was great. That was her answer for everything. And I was just like, oh, she was cool.
Yeah, she was.
She did a good job because she could totally pretend. Really, because I feel like she was the one planted inside.
It was between her and Daphne, who were my next favorite after Lou and Debbie.
Daphne wasn't my favorite because Daphne was played by Anne Hathaway, the beautiful.
I adore
Anne Hathaway. Yes, Princess Diaries will always forever be in my heart. That's probably another one.
I love her as Catwoman. She was amazing as Catwoman, and
she was okay.
I thought she was a really great Catwoman.
I liked her and Rachel getting married.
I never saw Rachel getting married.
And
I just love Anne Hathaway, period.
I loved her as, what's that one? Emily Dickinson movie?
I probably never saw it.
She did a biopic of Emily Dickinson where she played Emily Dickinson. And James McAvoy was her opposite, the lover that got away. No, she was supposed to marry but didn't. Because Emily Dickinson didn't marry at all. She was a spinster her life till she died. Wait, is it Emily Dickinson or Virginia Woolf? Emily Dickinson is American, right? Okay, this goes into my area of expertise. I will look up and then you would talk about that.
Anyway, but I loved Anne Hathaway. She's so she's so talented and she can play so many different types of roles. So I just love that. And I love her. Another person whose face I love. She's a really, to me, classic beauty, almost like an Audrey Hepburn type of beauty.
She has beautiful eyes.
Yeah.
Big, beautiful, doughy, Bambi eyes.
She does.
I think they said that in the movie. And so, well, what was really cool about her character was, one, she was like the unaware
the one who was
actress who they were actually doing the crime against. But
yeah, they weren't going to pin it on her, but she was the one that they were stealing it off of. Yeah,
she was being used. But the great thing about this movie had a twist was that she ended up being not just unaware; she was very aware.
She was like, "I just all of these things are wrong."
I know, and then she was like, "Oh, okay, what are you guys doing?" So
they're like, "So why are you getting into this?" She's like, "I don't have a lot of good female friends." They're like, "So you want to steal stuff because you're lonely?"
And she's like, yeah. And they're like, okay, it works. And it did work. And she also got really in with the F-boy, who they were trying to pin the crime on, because why? He was all sides to get with her. Mm-hmm. And of course, knowing so, like, you could just tell. But she was all fine with that as well, but she used it to her advantage, because that's when they were able to plant the rest of the jewels on him so that he could be caught for the crime. And there was no way he was getting out of that. But Anne did a good job, because that twist was like one of the highlights for me.
Yeah.
I had two twist highlights. Hers was one, and then I'll get to the other one later when we talk about the actual heist.
Yeah, but I also just wanted to circle back around to Tammy, Sarah Paulson's character, because I just want to say I love her in the American Horror Story. And granted, I haven't seen like the last probably 3 series, but she's been pretty consistently in the American Horror Story series, and that's actually mainly where I know her from, but just wanted to say shout out to her for those, because love her.
Anne was good in Les Mis too.
Yes!
I dream of time gone by.
That's right, Les Miserables, she was in there.
When love was something and something else. I dreamed that love would never die. Something, but the tigers come at night. I don't know the words.
I didn't even know that
I love
part.
the tune for the movie, but I don't know the words. I love Les Mis. It was so funny to me. The SNL cast did they did an actual like funny sketch about Les Mis, and they did these two guys went to a shop just to eat food, like a diner. Mm-hmm. And it's like, there was this random lobster dish, but they're like, you don't order a lobster dish at a diner. And so the one dude was like, no, I'm going to order this. And so everyone was like, you can't do this, you can't. And he's like, no, I want the lobsters on the menu. And so they had Kenan Thompson dressed up as a lobster in a big aquarium, and he was singing like he was, Russell Crowe's character. He was singing like he was Jean Valjean. Uh-huh. So he just comes out, he's like, who am I? And then they had the two, you're just like, no, you guys didn't do this. It was so great. And then the whole cast was like, do you hear the people singing a song about, and it was all about saving the lobster. It was like, I clapped like crazy, but I laughed. It was such a great sketch. I'm going to put it in the show notes for you guys, because It was an awesome sketch. That was the best. And because I really loved Les Mis, that musical version. And the music is good in Les Mis. But I loved the one with Hugh Jackman and Hathaway and, what's her name? Amanda Seyfried, who was also in Mamma Mia too.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so, and I think Russell Crowe was also in that. That was a good one. Anyway, that was my tangent. Anne Hathaway was good in that.
Yeah. I guess next let's move to... Shall we go to Rose?
Yes, the designer, Helena Bonham Carter.
I love her. I'm sorry, I pretty much love everybody on the cast.
Such a chameleon. Like, she could play anything and anybody really well. And add that weirdness, or, I don't know. Because Rose was kind of odd, but she was still... It was almost like she wasn't there, but she was part of the problem. Like, she was the designer, so they needed a dress designer so that they could also plant the jewels on her. Because they were stealing a really valuable necklace called the Cartier necklace called the Toussaint.
So she was like their way in, because in order to even get that necklace, someone needed to have like had a good reason for it, which actually more so Daphne was the way in, but you had to have a way to Daphne, which she, as a designer for her dress for the Met Gala ball, was their way in.
She was a failed designer because she had all these problems, and I'm not gonna lie, she had a runway show in the movie, and it was like flight attendant wear, and I'm like, who wants to dress like a flight attendant on the regular though? I know that a lot of the fashion shows, a lot of that stuff is not really meant to wear. But some things are, and it's like, they use it and they kind of adapt it for everyday wear, and then it goes out into all the department stores and all that stuff. That's how fashion works. So I'm just like, but again, everyone was like, wow, this sucks. Like, and then she sat down eating Nutella, because she knew her stuff sucked. I was like,
I thought it was hilarious. I was like, Nutella?
I was like, what were you thinking? Like, flight attendant wear for like every outfit. It was funny. But yeah, she was the designer. She made the dress and she got up in there and she just did a good job. She was a very cute addition.
Yeah, she was. I guess we want to go to
let's get to our diversity. Yeah, we done with all the white people. I
didn't even think about it that way. You're right.
I was happy. At least 2/3 of the group. No, not 2/3. At least 1/3 of the group was. Maybe not a third. Maybe like one.
It's a fourth.
Yes, a fourth of the group. Oh yeah. Fourth of the group was diverse, and I liked it. So they added a black girl, an Asian girl, and an Indian girl. And I actually...
Oh, wait, now my numbers are off. I forgot about Mindy Kaling.
Yeah.
So that's a weird number now.
Yeah.
3/8.
Yeah. 3/8, I guess. Yeah, because that's true. It is 3/8. It's not like... my classmates, like, the 2/5 compromise and like, doing fractions... And doing equations of fractions and stuff. Remember all that?
Oh, yeah.
So annoying. Thank God I have to deal with that now. Anyway, as you can tell, we are definitely word people. But yes. So Mindy Kaling played the jeweler. And yes, so Amita was her name, but I'm not going to lie, I did not catch her name in that whole film. Yeah, so I just was like, oh, she's just the jeweler. I'm going to call her the jeweler. She's the jeweler, and she ended up being no, she wasn't the counterfeiter. Sorry, I got like... points on here, you guys, but she was not the counterfeiter. She was like the person who was going to get the jewels out of the necklace they were stealing and replace it with the counterfeit jewels, because you can't just like pop them out like you would some cheap piece of jewelry. You couldn't even get it off the neck like in a normal way. Because it was so expensive and so valuable. It was worth over in the movie. They had like some magnet thing to take it off. That was smart. Yeah. That's $150 million. So yeah, definitely. But she was a jeweler, and Mindy was so cute because she was like, at one time, she was just like, the Met Gala is so nice. Can we just attend this? Do we have to steal stuff? And everyone else was like, yeah, yes. What do you think you're here for? This ain't no show. Like, no, we come in to steal stuff. A lot of stuff like that. It's so funny because I was remembering the part in the movie where Sandra Bullock's character is talking to Mindy Kaling's character. She was like, how long would it take you to blah, blah, blah? And she was like, 3 hours. She was like, how long would it take you if you didn't have to live with your mother anymore? I know. She was like, less. Yes, I know. And then the funny part was, like, she was doing like a Tinder thing in the beginning with Aquafina's character, Constance, who was a thief. And then the ending, when they find out what they did with their money, she ended up going to Paris with that guy on Tinder. I didn't even catch that. At the end, because, they show what all the girls did with their portion of the money. Yeah, I didn't catch the fact that it was a guy from Tinder. It was the exact guy. And I was like, oh, that's great. Of course he was white. Because a lot of Indians do that. If they're not going to date Indians, they date a lot of white people. But he was a fine white dude, so it doesn't matter. And then, so she was cool in the movie. She didn't have that much to say or do. Yeah. Would you say? Yeah, no, her. I really feel like it was just the main two girls carrying it a lot, and they were like the accessory girls. And I felt like we saw Tammy, Sarah Paulson's character, a lot even though she didn't have quite. I felt like kind of the ones you saw the most and had the most lines were probably Sandra Bullock, Cate Blanchett, and probably Sarah Paulson. Yeah. Not gonna lie. And of course Anne Hathaway, because she was the one. She was Daphne, the actress, who was wearing the dress and the necklace they were trying to steal. And then we have Rihanna as Nine Ball. She was the hacker. She was the Rastafarian hacker. Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to acting and some of these singers that I'm like, y'all should stay with singing. I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to Riri, I was just like, Riri, you do so much better with the Umbrella song. Why do you want to leave the umbrella? Why do you want to leave the umbrella?
But she didn't do bad. But then she didn't have like a whole lot of like too many lines.
And that's why I liked it.
Yeah.
She didn't have much to say, but she was always up. She was up in there.
Yeah. She did good.
She was just like a regular chick. Just a regular black chick. Just chill. And I like that her sister came to help with the hack. And that I just thought it was cool. Like, her sister was brilliant. So she was the one that figured out how they could replicate the magnet thing that they used to keep the necklace intact. Because they had like armored, like they had like, what was it called? Like FBI or CIA or like, they had like men go with them.
Mossad.
Mossad, is that what it's called?
I think that Sandra Bullock's character was saying that the security team they had was actually like ex-Mossad.
I don't know what Mossad means.
Mossad is like, I don't know what country. Have you ever seen The Blacklist?
No.
Okay, never mind. So there's some, like, one of those kind of like Arabic-like countries, I feel like. Mm-hmm. Their version of like the CIA is called the Mossad.
Ah,
I don't know what country exactly. Actually, you know what? Let's go to the Googs.
Look it up, y'all.
Let's go to the Googs.
She's definitely gonna look it up. Basically, there were like a lot of CIA people.
Yeah, so intelligence. That, as a broad term, you just say intelligence. But I think for this movie, Israeli.
Ah, that's what.
So they're like the Israeli version of CIA.
Okay, gotcha.
So intelligence agency. Yeah. But, where am I going to that? But yeah, I thought it was funny because when they were trying to figure out, because that was like a major hiccup when they saw that you could only get the necklace off with that type of special magnetic thing.
Yeah, that was crazy. And that's kind of what alerted Daphne and Hathaway's character to be like, hey, what's going on here?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But like when Rihanna's character's little sister was the one who like figured out how they could like make something. Well, she made it. The thing that would like get it off, and Sandra Bullock's looking at hers, like the fact that her sister did it, and it was like ingenious, and she was like, "What do your parents do?"
I know, it was funny because she was like, and she wanted to know her name, and she was like, "My name is Nineball," and she's like, "No, you have a name." And then we found out her name is Leslie, but she's like, "Y'all don't need to say that though." By the way, I need to make a correction. When I was talking about Anne Hathaway in a movie with James McAvoy, it wasn't Emily Dickinson because Emily Dickinson is American. It was Jane Austen. She played. Okay. Yes, and Jane Austen, of course, wrote the
Jane Eyre?
No, that was like, I think that was Virginia Woolf.
No, Virginia Woolf definitely did not write Jane Eyre.
What did she write? Oh no, the Bronte sisters. One of the Bronte sisters wrote Jane Eyre, right? Yeah, Charlotte Bronte.
Charlotte Bronte, okay. Because I love Jane Eyre. I've seen 2 movies of Jane Eyre.
I like the one with Michael Fassbender and Mia Visovich.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
Mia Kowski. I don't know her name.
But it's a good enough movie where I feel like every time I've seen it, because I've seen 2 versions of it, it's been good. And I guess if you have a strong storyline, as long as you don't have anyone who totally sucks, then you're not going to really mess it up. Yeah,
it's a very like a gothic tale. But basically, Jane Austen wrote, of course, Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice, Northanger Abbey, all those kind of shows and books and stuff. And so she played, what's her name? Anne Hathaway played a movie called Becoming Jane, where she played Jane in her younger years, where you see where she was becoming. And then you see where she once had a chance to be married and then didn't. And you know how in English society at the time, if you were a woman and you weren't married, you were kind of useless. So it's unfortunate, but she actually made money later because she wrote her books. But anyway, that's aside. I just wanted to make the clarification because it wasn't Emily Dickinson.
Let's go to our last person, who the character Constance, played by Awkwafina.
Yes,
and she was the pickpocket. She was the one who had to get it off of Anne Hathaway's character's neck without her knowing.
I mean, it did help that she was kind of throwing up because they laced her suit. They had laced Daphne, Anne Hathaway's character's soup with like some kind of laxative, something that made her throw up. Right? Yeah, and so it did help that she was throwing, because you wouldn't like notice anything falling when your head's in the toilet too. You'd be like, you know, you wouldn't really care. So she just slipped it off real with a quickness. I liked that. And I did not, I'm not gonna lie, when I heard of somebody named Aquafina, I was like, who is a black chick was coming out? Because she was on the Daily Show, and I was like, now who is this Aquafina? And I was so shocked to see an Asian girl come up. And I'm like, who is this chick?
Yeah, who is she though?
She's a rapper.
Okay. She's
a rapper. She does like, she's basically known from her YouTube channel and stuff. Okay. And from there is now, her music and stuff is basically, I remember on the Daily Show she was saying that she doesn't rap to get like a lot of followers. It's like she knows that her style is for select few, so she's happy with that. Okay. And she can control that, and so she's good with that. But for her acting, she's like whatever comes with whatever comes. So she mostly focuses on what she does. But Aquafina is, I think she's Chinese American or Chinese because she could have been born there. But anyway, she was the thief and the pickpocket, and I liked that they had like a card game. Like, they introduced her with the card game. And then the whole time, the card game was like, the card game sucks. Like, you just looked at it, he's like, what are you doing? But she took that dude's watch, his wallet, everything. And then Sandra was not convinced at first when she was watching the scene. But when she saw her, she's like, good job. She's like, she's in. And so the movie, she was just like, she kept trying to steal their watches. No, she did. She stole both of their watches.
But right? Sandra noticed it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Cate Blanchett's character did know. She was like, can I get my watch back? Mm-hmm. She came back.
And hers too. And Cate Blanchett was like, what? She's good. So those are the ladies, and they just did a good job. They all played their respective roles, and it was like a nice time. It was nice to see a bunch of women on stage just playing their parts, being good, but not being, getting at each other's necks and all that kind of stuff. No, exactly, yeah. The different women coming together for their purpose. What was to pull the caper off, and they did it phenomenally well. Yeah,
it was really fun to watch it. It was just a really fun movie, you guys. Yeah, it was just worth a watch. I think overall, I would give it a 7.5 out of 8.
I think that sounds good.
Yeah.
Maybe I think I would probably give it 7.8. I was teetering between 8. I said 8 when I first watched it. And then I was like 7.5. But it's somewhere in that little range. Yeah. So we can round up. Yeah. In class we learned, in school we learned when it's 5 you round up. So we'll give it an 8. But for Ocean's 8. But for me, the star of the movie, which is what it always is, was the heist. Besides the fashion. The fashion was the best. Oh, yeah, and you saw the celebrities they had up in there.
Oh my god, they had so many people. They had
James Corden was in there, and that was surprising. He was like the person trying to find and discover who stole the jewels.
Kim Kardashian was in there.
Yes, the Kardashians and one of her other sisters, Kylie. No, Kendall. Kendall was in there. And Kim. Kendall and Kim. Serena Williams.
Yeah, Serena was in there.
Were in there. I was just like, what's that designer? Mark Posen? Or Zach Posen? He's on.
I saw his name on there, but I didn't actually.
He was at the table that they were sitting at.
Okay.
And so just a bunch of like celebrities made a cameo because of course it is the Met Gala, which you need to see very famous people. So I thought it was always cool that they did that kind of thing. Gigi Hadid or whatever her name is was in it. Gigi Hadid was in it. She's a famous model. Oh, okay. And so for me, the joy and the great shining portion part was the heist they pulled off, because not only did they pull off one heist, they pulled off a whammy of a heist that was in the background.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
The best part. So in the movie, basically the whole theme of the Met Gala for the movie was the crown jewels. So everyone dressed up in their finest, whatever, and then of course that's how they were able to get the Cartier necklace, because it's for the Met Gala. It's the most exclusive party in the city, and I think what's her name? The main person that runs it, Stella or something. She was actually in the movie for like a second too. The one that runs Vogue and does the Met Gala. She was in the movie for a second, but I forget her name. But that doesn't matter. But they had another exhibit in the Met Gala, because the Met Gala is a big museum. The Gala is the party part, but the Met is the museum. So they had like a big room full of jewels that were like mad expensive, y'all. Like talking about, I don't even know how many millions was in that room. Yeah. And so there were several of them. So while the big heist was going on, and they had managed to like lock down the place so everybody could leave, we did not know to the very end
That they were jacking all them
jewels. They're like, so why would you steal? Because it was so funny. Because like, so I'm just like, why would I just steal one necklace when I can steal all of them? And so while the big one was going, she didn't let nobody know that they were stealing them because they had to break apart that $150 million necklace so that everyone got 16 million. Right? Mm-hmm. 16 something million. Mm-hmm. And so they left a big chunk of it off because they had to frame someone for it. Mm-hmm. And so they left a chunk to be discovered so that it would look like the F-boy, Claude Decker was his name in the movie. That would look like Fred Armitage played the character. It would look like he stole the jewels. Mm-hmm. And they set it up well and he got what came to him because, you do bad, you get bad. But while they were all dealing with that, the main heist, she was, her and Lou were doing like another heist in the background, which was even bigger because they had scored and got all the jewels. So when she was telling all the ladies about what happened, she just opened the fridge in that little, I want to call it the hideaway, or the what are you going to call it? The headquarters. That's the one I'm looking for.
Base of operations.
Base of operation. They opened the fridge and you saw all the jewels, every piece. And they made fake ones. Because they had I want to say it was a 3D printer.
Yep, it was a 3D printer.
That printed in what is it? Cubic zirconium? Or what was that fake jewel?
Yeah, I think it was cubic zirconium.
I was like, first of all, how did it print in cubic zirconium? One, I don't know. Two, they made replicas of all those jewels. And so they stole so much, and they looked so much alike.
I don't think they stole all of them, though.
They did! Didn't you see them? All of the ones that were in there?
Not
and that
all
scene.
of them. They stole a lot of them.
They stole most of the ones that was in that little scene where they were on the mannequins.
Did you see how large that scene was, though? I feel like they didn't have enough time to steal all of them.
That one where all the mannequins are on. Yeah. They stole every piece. Because if you look at that fridge is full of necklaces.
Yeah, but it wasn't full enough to have been all of the pieces. Because some of those pieces were like,
there was one that was like a body one, and that one was in the fridge. You didn't see it?
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think they stole all of them.
But they did steal them.
That one was made up of a lot. I feel like they chose a few that they could get to. I really don't think they stole all of the jewels from every single thing in there. I think they did, y'all. Just in that one room. A lot of them. Just in that one room. But I'm telling you, watch the movie again. You'll see every jewel that was on that mannequin was in that fridge. Because I was counting them. Of that particular mannequin, maybe, but not every single of the mannequins.
No, the mannequins that were in the water scene, where you're just showcasing the jewels.
I really don't
I'm telling you. Okay, you guys, comment when you watch this, when you listen to this, when you watch Ocean's 8, you let us know. You solved the battle right now. Comment on us with, on Instagram, on our Twitter, Blerd Talk, BW, like George W. And let us know what you guys think, because I think they stole all the jewels, and I just thought it was an awesome ass
And
heist.
I disagree. I think they stole a lot of jewels, but not all of them. But yeah.
So basically, we loved this movie, and it's just a nice girl power summer movie, fun movie. You don't have to think. You just
of fun.
Watch it for fun. Dispense with the world and reality and issues, and just watch a tale of a caper. It's awesome.
Yeah, so I think that's it.
Yep, that's it for us this episode.
Yeah, we're wrapping it up.
Girl power, y'all. Keep it up, keep it up. Keep it up, keep it up.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. Thanks for listening to our podcast. Please subscribe to our show on whatever podcast listening app you use, and share the show with other Blerds and non-Blerd family and friends. And if you like our episode, please rate and review us on iTunes.
The intro and outro music is Twilight by Caption. You can find them on SoundCloud, username Caption, spelled Capshun. The show notes are by Bola, Hansen, and the audio engineering is by Whitney Booker.
And you can contact us by email at blerdtalkbw@gmail.com. And also, don't forget to get social, you guys. You can find us on our social media at Instagram and Twitter, with our @handle being @blerdtalkbw. And we've got our individual things going on too, y'all. So you can find me, your Blerd Fashionista, on Instagram and Twitter at BolaStoryB. That's B with 2 E's like the insect. And I've got my own personal YouTube channel, just Bola Sade. That's BOLASHADE. D as in dog, E as in elephant.
And this is Whitney. You can find me at my company, Luminavi Studios. The email address is wit@luminavi.com. That's WHIT@LUMENAVI.com. You can also find me on Twitter at Luminavi Studios.